are these, not to talk of groupies that follow musicians, throwing their bras, they're not the wear pants go, all. They put sex right in front of those people. And if you are not disciplined, maybe you've taken a shot of brandy or whiskey, one too much, and it is there. It's available. It has nothing to do with your feelings about your wife. You love your wife. You love your home. As far as you are concerned, it's just a one-off thing. You even use a condom. This woman, and if you don't use yours, she would have poked the condom, hoping that she would trap you.
Did you hear that? It's not the first time I've heard this type of sentiment, this particular sentiment. Now, I am not going to stand and say, oh, I'm going to make an excuse, or I'm not speaking on behalf of all the men. Obviously, I cannot, right? But the narrative here is that it is the women who largely, particularly for men who have power, who have position, who have authority, it is the women that go after these men. So on one hand, you have two questions, right? Are the women, the females, are they more culpable in extramarital affairs? If you go on certain pages on Instagram, you will read comments like, hello, Jude, my name is, they blot it out. I am 27-year-old, but I am currently dating a married man. I did not want to date a married man, but I found myself dating a married man, and I love him so much, and I know we're meant to be together. Okay, no problem. Let's assume you guys are meant to be together.
Men don't cheat because they don't love their wives.
Do you hear that? The claim is that the men who are cheating, not all of them, those who are cheating are not cheating because they don't love their wives. It's because the girls are putting too much pressure. They're no longer putting pressure. They are putting prayer on top of these men. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us have a conversation.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, so for those of you who want tickets for the 6th service, that's going to come through very shortly, you can start to come to the studios today, and I'll be giving out 2 more tickets today, all right, to the listeners who will indicate that they want to go see the 6th service. So if you are a part of the pair, I sent messages here yesterday, please come to the offices and pick up your tickets. For now, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH. Our WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Are the young women, are women more culpable in extramarital affairs? Let me hear from our chiefs and chief missuses this morning. Daniel, on the line from Imo Gate, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother Jude.
Welcome.
Yes, my brother, this topic we are discussing this morning, I hope not only the women, that men will also listen. Key number one is what I call inferiority complex. The women actually want to be protected. So, Jude, my brother, could you please tell me what made Bianca married or no at her age? Bianca married Ojuku, please, at her age. You see, one day I was watching my television. I saw, yes, two boys while on stage. Immediately he touched one of the ladies. My brother, you can't imagine what I am about telling you now. That lady, it was like she was in heaven. And I asked myself, what? If other ones that will have this maybe caught her on picture, she was like she's in heaven. What a mess. Inferiority complex. That's what I can describe about what is happening to our women.
Okay.
To footballer, whatever, men with the young people driving big cars, you will see them cluster around. What are you looking for? Jesus Christ is the only way. Let me end it this way.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Daniel says it's inferiority complex. Interesting. This one says, good morning to you, Jude. Oh, see, what you have to know is that most ladies are gullible in their nature. Because of that reason, they can do whatever to meet their egocentric attitudes. And that is from E. Palibo Taylor Harry. They're gullible. Gullible. So when the footballers roll into town, and yes, this happens a lot. It's become so big an industry now that the footballers, whether it's the one that we know, or the American football or rugby union, for example, right? Or in fact, basically any sports star, superstar now has to employ managers and a protection surveillance team, so that when girls come around them, they can have proof. They do their best to scrutinize. See, it's becoming very difficult for a single footballer, somebody who's not married, to meet somebody and fall in love. Why? Because they are seen as targets. Celebrities are targeted. You're married, it's not their business. The MDs and CEOs of this world, they are targeted. But let me say this. I am not here to exonerate, neither is this conversation to exonerate the actions of said men. Some men are philanderers. End of story. But when we come back home to Nigeria, are these women, are they the ones who have more responsibility in these extramarital affairs? 0809 030 6416. That's our WhatsApp number. And I continue to read messages there before I get back to Facebook. Facebook and X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Now this message reads, no, they are not. The man who made a vow before God, family, and friends is the one with something to protect. I happen to know that even with jazz, not every man can be stolen or tempted into an affair. The only married man I've ever dated is the man who became a married man because he married me. The Honest Bunch is a misogynistic podcast and they invite a specific kind of guest. So I am quite disappointed that you are platforming them. Now, their stance is like saying I steal from a supermarket, but I am not a thief. The item was just there on the shelf and I felt pressured, so I surreptitiously put it in my bag and walked out without payment. It's ridiculous. But these are the sentiments. Obviously, there are some people who say, no, the man has a role to play in that decision to have that affair. But you also have the people who say, but look, men these days, in fact, I read after I saw this, was this yesterday or 2 days ago? I saw a comment from another, what do you call it? Forum, another forum. And the man was saying, and this was in America, was saying that he goes to work and every day it is a mental struggle to remind himself that he is not just married, but he's happily married. He's not just married and happily married, but he's married, happily married, and with children. Because every day he gets propositioned by females. Every day, he says. Every day. From subtle flirtations to direct propositions. Women walking up to him and telling him, oh boy, I like you. Come and buy me suya. Once again, you may not agree with the views, but these are the views that we need to bring forth and have an honest conversation about. Back to you. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Good morning, Jude. There is no pressure there. The men caught in this web are promiscuous themselves. If not, why can't they resist and flee from such advances as the Bible warns? Men have willpower, so to say no or to do anything undesiring act, which one is the fruit of the Spirit? Is if he or she is not sent to the Spirit? He beams, he's asking. Men and women, are you hearing? They are saying, don't accuse the women. It's not the girl's fault. The men too have a role. They can say no. Flee from the devil. Flee from all forms and all guise of temptation. Have you not heard such a thing? All right, Caleb here is saying, Jude, good morning. Please, let us be honest. Have you ever put sugar on the table and ants did not come? Even if you block the sugar, as long as the ants have sensed that there's sugar, they will do what they can to get at the sugar. Is it the fault of the ant that it likes sugar, or is it the fault of the sugar that it is sweet? Oh, okay. That's a new question. Is it the fault of the ant that it likes sugar, or is it the fault of the sugar that it is sweet? Ladies and gentlemen, when we come back, you answer that question.
Nigeria Info will be right back.
culpable for these extramarital affairs? Well, some opine that it's not a big deal, Jude. Adults would do whatever adults want to do. The problem here is sometimes you do those things right after making promises, and those said promises are usually held very dear to those to whom you made them to, and so it causes pain. Well, apart from the immediate feeling of betrayal some partners have experienced when they find out that their significant other is having an extramarital affair, there are also issues that could arise. What if you have children from another woman? What if your son that you've been taking care of for 4 years is not your son because paternity fraud? There are so many things that come from, extramarital affairs these days that have become, trendy stories for a few years now. I'll say about 5 to 10 years. But our discuss this morning is about the responsibility of these actions. By and large, it takes two to tango. If one person says, "I will not partake of this dance, good madam," nothing will be done. But sometimes it has been opined that people are caught when they are most vulnerable. They are, after all, human beings. They are, after all, susceptible, to stimulants, also susceptible to motivation, whether it's psychological or chemical induced. A little drink of Chandor here and a little shot of Irish 14-year-old whiskey there, and your inhibitions are let down. You become a bit more, acceptable to those suggestions, however they come. Yes. But is it really so? Is it? We do not have exact figures, but it is very evident these days that some women, particularly the single women, have no qualms with dating married men. You often hear and read of these things on social media. Don't they know Two-Face was married? But yet, I've been to concerts with Two-Face and there were screaming girls all over the place, eager to have 10 minutes of his time, or maybe a little longer, and be very, very close friends with them. Yes. So who's more culpable? Are the women really? Or are those involved in the tango taking the easy way out? She came onto me. The girls are wearing mini skirts everywhere. The girls are wearing, low-cut tops and blouses. The girls are no longer telling us no. They want us to buy them recharge cards.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
What happened with Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002 0817-923-0002. Muriel's on the line from Africa. Muriel, good morning to you.
Hello, Jude, good morning.
Good morning, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Look, Jude, if Joseph, who has never done any strong work in his life, and with a soft skin and very boyish, could flee from Potiphar's wife. These are our Nigerian men that are swallowing a bar, carrying iron, climbing mountains. We say they don't have the zeal or the energy or what.
It's a good question.
Flee. They are too weak to flee. Just can you imagine that? Well, they should know that they are not the only ones facing pressure. If they think they are the only ones, then they are joking. Even their wives are seriously facing serious pressures. And the women are trying as much as they can to flee. We that are weaker vessels, so they say we are weaker vessels, right? And we are fleeing. And you cannot flee. You're too masculine, a bit to flee. Okay, now. And this is why so many women, Dude, let me tell you, so many women are messing up now. So many are messing up. Because they live from their husband. Trust me. They are learning it from the men. I will not advocate, I will not say it's very wrong, but they are learning it from them. If you say you cannot flee, then your wife, who is the weaker vessel, will even fall more than you because she's weaker. So tell them that for me. Thank you.
All right. You heard Muriel. She said, hey, the women are not to be the responsible ones here. The men are the ones to flee. If the men are not fleeing, well, the women will fall as well. Maybe that's why the women these days are falling for good-looking married men. Yes, maybe that's it. Maybe because the married men are good-looking, they're well-fed from their wives at home. You know, they see this man, he's looking well-fed. His wife thinking, let me just fall. He's too handsome. It's not my fault. All right, WhatsApp 009-030-6416. Good morning, Jude. Where was the man? The blame shouldn't be on the ladies alone. No. A married man should be mindful and careful of the places he goes to, at what time, and with whom. He should make some movements with his wife to avoid the claws of the girls. Thank you. Josephine Osigbeme with, that name, Osigbeme. That's an Isakonde. Wow. Look at that. All right, more messages. I don't think the women are the problem. The man is the problem because they don't have self-control. Men should try and control themselves by not giving attention at all. Those girls will stop. The girls will stop. Men, are you hearing? They say if you flee, the women will stop disturbing you. Except those of you who go and disturb the women. Or I don't know how that works. Good morning, sir. Men can say no if they want to, but evil spirit-filled Joseph ran when he couldn't fight Potiphar's wife. If a woman means to get you, she will. I hear that some ladies go for these men because they lack fatherly presence. It's born out of need. Some say the married men do better, maybe in terms of maturity, finance, care, and handling emotions. And some are Jezebels out to destroy homes. Oh, I was waiting for when I would hear Jezebel today. Right now I've heard Jezebel. Well done. Good morning to you, Jude. See, sugar is the man. And women are the ants that makes birds of the same feather flock together. But know that it will always happen. Only principled men know their limits or limitations. Nati Palibo Harry with that comment. Palibo, thank you very much. Let's get to Facebook and X right now at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Who is more culpable? Are women more culpable in these extramarital affairs? We're talking about modern interactions, particularly the ones that happen in Nigeria. Good morning, Mr. Jude. I'll put it to you that these women know exactly what they are doing. No matter how much we say the men could run, my brother, you cannot avoid seeing a woman any day in this country. For how long would you run? I'm not saying the men are not at fault, but see, if a woman wants to catch you, only God will save you. JJ, is it true? Only God will save you if a woman wants you?
Jude, is it Michael Bolton or Phil Collins that sang this song? You can run, but you can hide. You know that song, right?
Wow.
Does that ring a bell to you?
Yes, I know the song.
So that question you asked, right? Sometimes ago...
It's Phil Collins, actually.
You say what?
It's Phil Collins, actually.
Phil Collins, thank you very much. You can just let people just write it down. See, Jude, sometimes ago, I was in somewhere in Bayelsa. Can I even mention the name Brass in particular? And if you go to Okpoma Beach, there is a beach there. We used to move from Tuan Brass to Okpoma for Grove, you know. And on Wednesdays, They call it ladies' night. It's like the full town is involved in the whole thing. Youth, if you come out around 10 p.m. to like 12 midnight, you will ask whether they come use chopper, come drop girls for the town. And the woman who owned the hotel where we were staying while working there will come and knock each of our doors. Jerry, make una come out, make una come out. Their papa and their mama not there here. Now they look for.
What?
See, dude.
Hey, what did I just hear?
And the woman not stand as advocate. Make una help them. Their papa, their mama not there here. So many a time.
What do you mean help them? Oh, are they cold? Can they buy blankets? What's going on, please?
Yes, their papa and their mama not there here. So many a times, people who have charitable acts wants to like, oh, why not just help this one? I know a man, very well-to-do man. He has a driver. When they are driving on the way, the man will just, the driver's, the owner's seat now. We tap the driver and say, what is wrong with you? You see people who are tired. You have to carry them. Okay? Just park and let them enter. That is when they are beautiful. But when they reverse and saw that the girl is not, they say, go, 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 go. She just pretend to be tired. She's not tired. So what?
Hey, what will I not hear on this show?
So we have this charitable act. And for men now, we want to help people. We want to see how everybody can just be on the same page and eat and let's eat, live and let's live. I think that's why men, not that they follow, but at least that help team. You know what help can do now? That's it. Thank you very much.
JJ, I need to ask you this question. Here. I need to ask you this question before I take my next call. Now, some of the respondents on WhatsApp are saying the men should also have a level of self-control and flee.
Self-control. You know how many that the men drive through, have walk through in the office, temptations everywhere, and the men just flee. You fall for only one temptation. What's the big deal?
What if it was their wife that fell for just the one temptation as well?
It's a different ball game.
I see a different ball game.
Who paid whose bad price?
Hey!
No. Who changed the name? You. I know you're not married now. So when you're married, you will not change your name from Jude to Evelyn or to Cecilia or something.
No. Wait. Is that wait? Hold on, JJ. Is that the same thing as causing the same pain? Because you and I and all the women around the world who are listening, we eat the same bullet, we eat the same rice. If you're hungry, I go hungry. So if you slap me, it will pay me. If you slap her, it will pay her. What difference does it make whether you married her or she married you?
Have you not heard that 1 + 1 in marriage is 1? That is 1. So in the normal and all those things, they tell you 1 + 1 is 2, but this one is 1. And the man is the one that bear the brunt and what is there to just render a small hand of fellowship to somebody? Some of those things don't even lead to what we are thinking at the end of the day. It's just time for Potiphar wife, not be today.
Okay.
How many fine girls do when Potiphar wife did?
Okay.
Now, you are walking on the road, you not take time yourself, the whole lot of things will happen. So for me, if you just call the man slack, we get so many things we will avoid though before we get to where we are.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now, some people are funny. Do you think we women are not getting proposition daily by men, even by other women? If some men hear the kinds of offers women resist and turn down every day, I don't think some husbands' blood pressure will be okay. If a wife can say no, even to men that are richer than their husbands, a husband should be able to discipline himself to run away from temptation too. Head of house, priest of the home in the mud. Those are the type of men that are always desperate for women to control in the name of submission. Meanwhile, the man hasn't mastered himself. Hector from Ogbogoro, good morning. Welcome to the conversation.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, please.
Ordinarily, I've sent a WhatsApp message, but I just want to call because of the question you threw to JAG. Even in the Bible, I have not come across where the Bible condemns a man for cheating. It is the Bible talks about the adulterous woman. So, in as much as it is wrong for a man to cheat on his wife, I think it is not a justifiable reason that because a man cheats, a woman too can cheat. Just like George has answered, it is the man that pays the woman's bride price. And in a society where a man is allowed to marry more wives, he can also marry more wives.
Yeah, but you see, many of these men, Hector, many of these men are not marrying other women. They just have the one wife and still decide to take.
It is wrong. I still condemn that act, but it is not a justifiable reason for a woman to also cheat because she found her husband cheating. I think the society will condemn that act. The law will condemn that act. Even God Almighty will condemn that act. Even the gods of the land will also
the gods of the land. So the gods of the land are biased towards women.
No, they are not biased. That is how nature has designed it to be. Look, anyway, there are ladies that are irresistible, and so it takes the grace of God to overcome them when you come in contact with such ladies. Anyway. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. There are also men that are irresistible, just in case you didn't know. But I'll say that as well. There are also men that women will find irresistible, right? Yes. I think I've met a few of them in this Port Harcourt. I've met a few of them. Men that when we would go out, right, you can clearly see he has his wedding ring on. It doesn't deter the women. Some of them as young as 25, 23 will come and meet him and say, "Hi, don't you want to buy me a drink? Hi, I saw you the other day. Hi, I like you. I like the way your shoe looks inside your leg." What kind of... Oh, my days. 92.3, good morning.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
Welcome. Thank you for calling.
This topic, we've been arguing it throughout in the office today. The thing is that a man cheats. I'm not justifying the fact that men cheat. You understand? But when we come to think about it, just like the other caller said, a man can marry more than one wife. A woman cannot. Right from Bible times, we've heard men taking more than one wife. So a man cheating should not justify that the woman should also cheat or take on multiple partners. It doesn't.
Oh, okay. All right. Apologies there. Job call scenario. Not me. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to wrap up by reading some of these comments here this morning. I don't think I'm going to take any more calls because I have to do the one play draw very shortly so that we can also give somebody something to smile about this morning. All right. So let me wrap up by reading these comments on WhatsApp. All right. Say, Jude, women are that are irresistible. Only by the grace of God can save you from such ladies if you come in contact with them by any means. Good morning, Jude. Just see how you almost fell for Josephine after going through her surname. That means the topic is also in you. I just wonder what you were thinking at the time. I said the name sounds familiar. Sounds like an Esako name. I did not fall for Josephine. Bikonu. I did not fall for Josephine. Please. God. Good morning, brother. Oh, okay. Can't answer this right now. Infidelity is an interaction between men and women, and nothing can stop it. Jude, if you are a man and you are busy thinking about the relationship between a man and a woman, you are shortening your life. Both men and women are work in progress. That's from John. All right, John and everybody else, thank you. A fantastic morning. I think I've learned a thing or two. I hope you have as well. Hopefully, we will not be, dragging ourselves in the mud anytime soon. But for now, let us very, very quickly get to our draws and find out who is taking 25,000 naira.